May God be with you all.
It was 1989, my thoughts were short, my hair was long, caught somewhere between a boy and man.
4 types of preppers I can't stand, that I just don't like. I despise their attitudes. You get the drift. Number 1, the commander preppers. Now, these types of preppers, they are ballsy. Very ballsy. They like to tell people what to do with their prep work, with all their preps, how to store their preps, how to line up whenever they have this prepper group get together, circle jerks, I don't know. But basically, that's what a commander prepper is. Someone who is too bossy. Number 2, the bragging preppers. Bragging preppers tend to brag how much prep work they have. So that's pretty self-explanatory. While there's also super annoying, they're actually very obnoxious. Very obnoxious. Who seek attention. They go on YouTube and say, oh, look at my preps. I mean, first of all, I'm just going to say this. Before shit hits the fan event happens, all the feds or the hackers or any other prepper has to do is tap into your IP address and pinpoint where your exact location is precisely. And when shit hits the fan, they know where you live, and they'll just take all of your preps from you. Yeah. Number 3. And this one needs to be addressed a lot. Number 3 is the hoarder prepper. The hoarder prepper is someone who hoards a bunch of essential supplies. Very important supplies. You know, toiletries, toothpaste, canned foods, water. They hoard all the survival kits and first aid kits. They hoard all the ammunition and all the guns and all that. I mean, Cole Bain saved some Second Amendment for the rest of us, man. But I especially have a problem with hoarder preppers because that's all they do. They hoard essential supplies. But basically that's what a hoarder prepper is. Then also they're super annoying as well. And number 4, I saved the best for last. The doomsday preppers. I personally call them the cry wolf preppers because that's all they ever do. They cry wolf. I mean, it's like they have tunnel vision, and they say on social media or to you in real life that XYZ disaster is going to happen, but nothing happens. They talk about the prophesized end of days, the end of the world, the end times, whatever. And a lot of these preppers, they say, oh, I'm a patriot, and no, I'm not happy with the politicians, making all these unconstitutional gun laws. And yet they threaten civil war, or they talk about civil war like as if they're going to do something about it, when really they're not, because all all they're ever going to do is just stay in their sandboxes. That's what everybody does anyways. They stay in their own sandbox, and that's all she wrote. Look, I may sound harsh for saying this, but you know what? I don't care. Most gun owners today are too pussified to get blood on their hands to actually fight, to get their hands dirty. That's right. I said it, most gun owners are too pussified to get blood on their hands. You know why that is? Because people are too comfortable. People have gotten way, way, way too complacent and too comfortable. So everybody who keeps on talking about the impending revolution, another American rebellion, another American civil war, it's not going to happen. It's not going to happen. So your days of living out your fantasies of being a wannabe soldier, you might as well get rid of that right here, right now. And they also talk about the impending nuclear war, World War III, and all that kind of stuff, yada, yada, yada. These kind of preppers, those types of preppers, it's like they love to listen to themselves talk. And Zombie Fairy, or should I say, I meant to say the Zombie Farmer. By the way, I'm drinking Mountain Dew, since obviously you had a problem with me drinking Dr. Pepper a year ago. What else? Are you going to tell me that I shouldn't drink this too? And yet you call yourself a patriot. Zombie Fairy, he falls into the category of the doomsday prepper. He thinks he's some kind of messenger. You know, a lot of these preppers, they watch too many Terminator, Red Dawn. They watch so many videos that has everything to do with post-apocalyptic settings, like the Terminator franchise, or whatever movie there is that's about the it's set in post-apocalyptic setting. And Zombie Farmer, you said something that the world is coming in the title of the video, that the world is coming. I don't know why you do this, but you delete the videos or you put them on private after a while, after you upload them. Tell us something that we don't know. It's obvious that I can tell that you love to listen to yourself talk. You always say the same repetitive bullshit. The only thing is, I'm actually man enough to admit that I always say some repetitive stuff in my videos. But with you, for some reason, you don't want to admit that. And you also don't want to admit the simple fact that it's true what I say. What I just said about you, that you love to listen to yourself talk, that's a fact. That's the truth. You obviously love to listen to yourself talk. You and someone else who has nothing to do with the prepping community. So, don't know what else to tell you. And I find it odd that as a cop, I found out that you're a cop. I'm not going to say who told me that you're a cop. You see, I don't rat people out like that. But you see, you extort every dollar that people make. And it's funny that you agree with Gray Note, what he said about Freedom Inc. You agree with Grey Note for doxing his real name? You agree with him on that? Surely I would hope that you being a cop, you would say that's not right what Grey Note did. But no, you didn't do that. When you have a problem with somebody, you hold grudges. Hey, that's cool. That's cool. I hold grudges too. And it takes a lot for those grudges to go away. You're going to have to do a lot. See, Zombie Farmer, you talk a lot of shit. You talk a lot of shit that you know nothing about. And quite honestly, there's a lot of people. You got CNN, MSNBC, and Fox News spreading so much hatred and so much fear. It's bad enough that you, Zombie Farmer, that you spread hatred. Just leave the fear-mongering tactics to the fake news to spread. Okay? Do I believe that China might invade Taiwan? I don't know. I don't have the answer to that. I don't know the answer to that question. And now there's a possibility, there's a rumor going around that Russia is planning to invade Poland or Estonia or any of the NATO countries. Is that true? I don't know. I don't know the gravity of the situation over there. I don't know if Ukraine is actually winning the war against Russia. I don't know that. You see, the information that I've been given, I have to question it. No offense to anybody. No offense to the Russians, no offense to the Ukrainians, but I personally don't like Ukrainians. I personally don't like Russians, but I firmly believe that the Russians are trying to go back to their own Leninism, whatever, roots. Go back to their communist, socialist, Soviet Union ways. That might be true, but just because I say I believe doesn't mean it's actually going to happen. But like I said, no offense to the Russians or the Ukrainians, I don't know who's winning the war. There are some days I just don't care about the war. Some days I'll look at the news, see what's happening. I don't support either side. Don't support them. Just don't. And the Ukraine war has been heavily debated within the prepping community. Heavily. So that's 4 types of preppers I don't like. So, yeah, there's those 4 types of preppers I don't like. I feel like that they're completely useless and worthless, and I can't stand them. Those are the type of people I tend to stay away from, to avoid, and when all else fails, usually I say my piece and I say, hey, I don't like you because I think you're fucking stupid. You spread fear based on, all in the name for money. When you have a job yourself, but yet you're having people pay, what, 20, 40 some dollars pay for memberships. See, that's one thing I will never do on my YouTube channel. That pay for membership bullshit feature. That's bullshit. I mean, some of my videos is actually monetized. My channel is monetized. But I would never do that whole Patreon bullshit. I will never have people pay me money for memberships when really YouTube takes half. Not just for the super chats, but I guess they take half for the memberships as well. Which is bullshit. That's another reason why I choose not to do this whole membership thing on my channel, because YouTube has taken half of that money. And a lot of you preppers don't understand that. And what amazes me, a lot of you complain about, a lot of the preppers complain about, you know, social media being unfair for you because you're a prepper and all that. You say blah, 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 blah. Okay, well, why the fuck are you on social media to begin with? So yeah. Now you know why I'm annoyed by those types of preppers.